Bob Frost from Indiana owned two Aeronca low wings that he flew in the 60s. And fabric got rotten and the spars cracked and he hung them in his barn. And they sat there for quite a while. Jack Tiffany with Leading Edge Aircraft, this was one of his favorite designs, and he talked Bob into a deal where he would restore them both and then give Bob one back restored and keep one for himself, and Bob was agreeable to that. So Jack and the Leading Edge Aircraft guys started the restoration of both of them simultaneous. About halfway through the restoration, Jack passed away, and then there was a little uncertainty of what we would do. So I was always an Aeronca fan, and I've had Aeroncas for 30 years, and I knew how important this was to Jack. So Kate and I got together and worked out a deal so I'd get involved. And fortunately, I knew Paul Workman over in Zanesville with Bedrock Aero that was also an Aeronca fan and a craftsman.
If you enjoy it, it's not tough. There's a tremendous amount of research you find yourself doing in old magazines, and nowadays the internet. You find yourself going back looking at, okay, what did the registration number look like on the wings and on the tail and all that, and we happen to be very passionate about not being so 21st century shiny and fantastic. More, we like to be as original and authentic as possible. So we all spend a lot of time doing that, finding the little details to keep them original.
It's interesting. I've been taking a little bit of heat for my assessment of its flying qualities. We first flew it it was July 1st was the first flight, I think, and made 6 flights that day. After about the 3rd flight, they said, well, what's it fly like on a scale of 1 to 10? And I remember saying 6. They remember I said 5. Both of them either one was met with disappointment. I said, well, it's a 10 at the gas pumps. It's the coolest airplane on the airport, so what do you want? But it flies pretty normal. It's kind of a normal 1930s airplane. It's not a Booker. It's not a ball of fire. The 85 horsepower is adequate. We also joked that anybody that rode in it either had to have a fedora or a golf cap. We were going to rent them. That's how we're going to make money. You have to rent a fedora if you want to go for a ride, because you feel like you're Smilin Jack in a 1930s cartoon. It has that look, and it just, that aura of, you're flying off to solve a mystery or something.